the other day, I decided to walk down to the Tokiwaso area of Japan. And if you're not familiar with Tokiwaso, this is kind of an area where it's kind of stuck in the 1950s and 1960s. It's such a cool area to walk around. You feel like you're walking into a place that hasn't changed at all in the last 70 years. One of the big reasons why I went was to return to the Tokiwaso Manga Museum. And I know I talked about it not last time, but in a previous episode, but I never got the opportunity to show you pictures of these areas. And what's cool about this place is, as I mentioned in that episode, it is a 1-to-1 scale replica of this very famous apartment where many of the manga greats lived back in the 50s and 60s. So Osamu Tezuka lived there, the creator of Astro Boy and Blackjack.
Yes, I remember this.
Yeah, the Fujiko Fujio duo who created Doraemon and The Laughing Salesman and so many other series lived there. One of the big reasons why I went was because they were showing off the works of one of the residents there, and that resident is Fujio Akatsuka, and he is the creator of Osomatsu-kun, which more people will now know for the more current show Osomatsu-san. But he created that. He created the Genius Bakuban. Basically, where Osamu Tezuka is the god of manga as a whole, Akatsuka is the god of gag manga. He created gag comedy, gag manga, just like funny for the sake of being funny sorts of comedies in Japan. As you can see in these pictures here, I went during the season of Tarabata, which is when you tie like a wish onto a bamboo branch and hope that it will come true. So it was pretty cool. Now, walking through this area, I'm going to show you. So the first picture on the left is the bathroom. So you've got the urinals. On the right, you've got the squatting, worst toilet in the world ever in the way back. Nowhere to sit. You just got to squat and just hope that you don't poop on your pants.
Yeah.
Is it also an exhibit?
Yes, it's a whole exhibit. It's a whole exhibition. And then the right is the whole kitchen. This is where all the manga people would eat and do the dishes. As you can see on the left, you will notice that there is no bathtub, no shower. Which means when the guys, when the artists and the manga creators wanted to take a bath, they had to use the kitchen sink.
Wow.
I figured that they would just make a habit of going to a bathhouse.
You know what? It's funny you say that, but like in that area, Tokiwasu, I didn't see a bathhouse anywhere close by. Can you imagine having to wash your dishes in the same place you wash your balls?
Nah.
Not ideal.
It's all clean.
I mean, at the same time, though, it's kind of like gross. It's gross.
It's like what? Oh, same time washing your dishes with your balls.
There's a isn't there like a Seinfeld episode where Kramer actually like adds like a garbage disposal into a shower and he starts like washing his dishes and cooking in the shower?
I think so.
There's an episode like that, I believe.
Phenomenal. So good.
Yeah. Oh, why is my screen moving like that? Oh, come on. Don't tell me I've just messed up this. Why do I... Okay. 1 second, folks. Technical difficulties.
Technically difficulties.
Okay. All right, moving on. So, you've got one of the rooms at the mangaka. I believe this is the room that Fujio Akatsuka like stayed in when he lived at this apartment complex. Got the old school TV, the old school radio, and you could actually see like the comics that they were drawing at the time or would be drawing at the time. Just know that what you see outside that window, that's a drawing. That's not real. Like the
Right.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
Yeah. And then to the right, you would see all the manga creation tools they would use. The brushes, the pens, the literal brush that they use to dust off the pencil shavings. So knowing you, Andrew, you must have some of these things.
I mean, yes. I mean, I have raw paper, like the raw paper printables, basically, like what you would scribe on for comic books. I don't have a light table, believe it or not.
Really? I'm surprised.
Yeah. I've never needed one. Not yet, at least. It'd probably be really helpful if I used a lot of traditional media, but because I use a lot of digital media as of right now, it's not really super needed. Though I would really like a light table. Those things are dope.
Yeah.
But I've got traditional tatami mats. I've got a kettle and a TV from the 1950s.
The old vinyl player over there.
Yeah.
But just AM radio. FM wasn't even a thing back then.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So cool to see stuff like this. And then here's like another room here with one of the other mangaka artists. I believe this was, it helps to have the pamphlet. That was the room of Yoko Tokuo. I'm not familiar with her works, but you can see like what her panels looked like back then. That kind of very Tezuka-like sort of style with the arts and the eyes. So, and again, that is a draw. It's funny, like when you're there, you can absolutely tell it's a drawing, but from this angle, like it really fools the eye. It really can fool the eye. Yeah. And then we got another room here with like these old film rolls too. Like I don't know what were on these. These must have been like 16 millimeters of like TV shows or movies or whatever. But yeah, that was it for the most part. And then this is what sucked about the Fujio Akatsuka exhibit. I could not take any pictures of the inside of this exhibition, unfortunately. So, all I can do is really describe what it was like. So you had a lot of the original prints from all of the works of Fujio Akatsuka from his beginnings as a shoujo manga artist. So he started out writing women's comics before actually becoming a gag manga comic book artist.
That's how you get chicks.
Yeah, it's like he drew really cute, pretty girls. Like he created a series called Himitsu no Ako-chan, which I don't know if it's like a magical girl kind of a show, or kind of a manga, but it actually still has a bit of a following. But then when it came around to like Osomatsu-kun and the Genius Bakuban, when he started working on that, he really started leaning towards more comedy and really creating what would be the trademark of Japanese humor, especially in manga and anime. That gag humor where it's just so extreme and it's so funny. And even if it doesn't make sense, it's that nonsensical kind of humor.
Yeah.
Is Osomatsu-kun a 4-koma?
No, it isn't actually. It tells a whole story. Okay. It is not a yonkoma. He surprisingly, I don't recall him ever doing yonkoma. Like most of his comics tell a story in each chapter, and they're just full of hijinks. And when in the area too, it showed a lot of the influences. And Mad Magazine played a huge inspiration on Akatsuku. So, like, you can imagine him reading stuff like Spy vs. Spy and the stuff of Sergio Argianos and Don Martin and, like, all of those comics and just being so influenced by the wackiness of those styles and him implementing that into his works.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, so like it kind of goes full circle. So like American comic humor influencing the Japanese. Now it's the Japanese humor that is influencing the American side.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I highly recommend checking out this exhibit. It's there until the end of July. But even when it ends, it just switches out to the next exhibit. They always have some really great art shows there. They had one where it was Osamu Tezuka and Capcom collaborating together on an art show. They've had the creator of Azumanga Daioh, like his works shown off there a couple of years ago. And what's great too, it's only 500 yen to go in there. It's super cheap. And after you're done with there, you just walk around Tokiwaso and just be in awe of just how really cool of an area of Japan it is. Like I said, it's like it's frozen in time. And I'll admit, like, walking around those streets there, like, I felt jealous. It was like, God, I wish I could have grown up in a place like this.
How far is it from Tokyo?
Well, it's in Tokyo. It's about, I would say, a 30, 40 minute walk from my apartment.
Oh, okay. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very cool.